Welcome back to Saturday Smoke Break, the podcast where we unwind, light up, and dive into the fascinating world of premium cigars. I'm your host, Joe Martin, coming to you once again from Millcreek Cigar Lounge, where relaxation isn't just encouraged, it's practically mandatory. I'm here with the dynamic duo behind this amazing establishment, Cigar Dan and Cigar Clark. If you missed our first episode, don't worry, we'll catch you up on everything you need to know today. So grab your favorite stick, settle in, and let's light up with another great conversation. For our returning listeners, welcome back. For those just joining us, Millcreek Cigar Lounge is located at 3723 West 12th Street in Erie. No membership is required, so anyone can drop by and enjoy the experience. Now, Cigar Dan, I'm going to start with you. I heard you have some exciting new arrivals that are perfect for beginners. Tell us about these lighter flavor cigars you've been recommending.
So I sure will, and good morning to you. I hope you're doing great today. So what we did was we had an Esteban event last month, and in the process, my wife wanted something new for beginners. So we've got a couple brand new cigars that just came in from Esteban. They're called the Purple Haze and the Vanilla. They're a very light flavored cigar, and they're not a very big cigar, so they're a pretty easy smoke. We've been moving them pretty good. People are really liking them, and my wife has taken several to the house, so now we've moved from the shop to the home. But that's a good thing.
Now, Cigar Clark and Purple Haze sounds good, Cigar Dan, so we may get back to that in a little while. Cigar Clark, what makes these particular cigars a good entry point for someone who might be intimidated by full flavor traditional cigars?
Well, that's the thing. Cigars come in so many different flavors and styles that if you start off with the wrong cigar, you're going to really get discouraged because it's just too heavy a smoke. We have a whole lot of different cigars, including some of the ones that we just got in that are lighter in flavor, perhaps flavored cigars that people can try for the first time and decide whether or not they enjoy the experience. It's a lighter flavor than what a lot of the cigars are. From its mild, medium, and heavy is really how the cigars are measured. And these are more toward the mild end, and guys just start to like them. Women can start on them too, and it's a great thing. So, and it's the same thing with the flavored cigars. We have several different varieties of those too, that you can try a cigar that has an infused flavor to it, or is just sweet versus unsweetened, and it'll be a pleasant first experience for you.
Now, Cigar Dan, let's stay on the topic just for a moment of new cigar smokers. Can you give us some specific recommendations? What should a newcomer like me ask for when they walk through your doors?
So actually, the onus on trying to help a new customer isn't what we ask the customer, what they think, but we kind of ask them what they like in general. Do they like something sweet? Have they ever smoked before? If they have, what do they smoke? And I kind of do the nose test. I let them smell the cigar, let them see what it smells like. It's kind of going back to those new flavored cigars we have. One's a passion fruit, one's a vanilla flavor. So we spend more time having them ask what we recommend, but kind of tell us what about you and what do you enjoy doing? What kind of things you like to drink? Do you like wines? Do you like brewed beer? Do you like a spirit? And then we try to really work and pair that up with people to kind of understand what they like. We've got some really great coffee flavored cigars that a lot of folks have never smoked before. They grab a cup of coffee, they grab a light little coffee cigar, and they start to see what they like. And it's going to change over time. That's the one thing that people need to understand. You don't smoke the same cigar all the time. It's like Clark uses going to a restaurant. You don't eat the same food all the time. And you got to figure out what they're really in the mood for and how often they're going to smoke.
That makes complete sense. Now, Cigar Clark, we are rolling out a new feature this month that I'm really excited about. Can you tell us all about your Cigar of the Month for June 2025?
Sure. Now, every month we like to feature a different cigar or two for people to try. And what we usually do is like this month, okay, in June, the brand of the cigar that we have here is a Caballero. That's the name of the brand. And they come in Connecticut, Habano, and Maduro. So it's kind of mild, medium, strong. And what we do with those is that you can buy two of those and a Tuit, just a little round wood disc that will get you a free beer back in Black Monk, which is right behind us, Black Monk Brewery. You get those two cigars and the Tuit for $20. Or we have a little bit pricier cigar, a little, I don't want to say better, but maybe a little bit higher end cigar from Viva la Vida, which is a fantastic cigar. So you get one cigar and the Tuit for $15. That's our June special. It varies from month to month. Each month we have something new for guys to try or that you want to take a look at and get a free Tuit and get a free beer. It's a great price and everybody wins.
Now, I know Millcreek Cigar Lounge is going to be out and about this summer. Can you tell us where you're going to be and where people can find you on the road this summer?
Dan, you want to do that?
I will do that. So in the shop, we'll be doing a pre-crawl event, and that's June 19th. That's going to be at 5 p.m. And the crawl is something I'll explain if we have time later on, but it's something that we do up in Pittsburgh, not with a cigar lounge, but with other cigar enthusiasts. So on June 20th, we're more than excited to sponsor the Erie Police Department in their annual golf tournament. And we'll be there at the Mount Grove Golf Course in Waterford, June 20th. We will be on site. Clark will be out there. He'll be selling cigars and just meeting people and talking to people. And we're pretty excited about that. It's a good community relations, and we like to support, those folks in blue. June 27th, we'll be at Riverside Brewing Company. They have the 27th and 28th. They're going to have the French Creek Beer and Music Festival. We'll be out there for 2 days. So that's the two things we have on the immediate horizon of places we'll be to interact with the community and support the community and keep it going strong.
Cigar Dan, one follow-up question. I love hearing about how you guys are building community beyond just selling cigars. Tell us about this new monthly movie night you've started.
So sure, it's a pretty complicated system. What we're doing is you go to our Facebook page. We're taking a survey of movies that folks would like to watch. They're not serious movies, and they're movies that you've probably seen time and time again. Last month we watched Spaceballs, so it's very, very serious docudrama going on there. But it was really nice. We sat around, we talked, we kind of watched the movie, interacted with each other, and you start talking about trivia facts. And did you know this about the movie? And did you know that about the movie? We rearranged the design of the lounge. We set it up in rows. We were able to procure some popcorn from next door. So we had popcorn, we had soda. One of our regular guys brought in a whole bunch of the standard movie candy and snacks. And we just kind of hung out and really enjoyed each other's company. And that's really what we want to go for here. Come down, sit down, watch a movie, hang out, and talk to each other.
What a great idea. So are we talking more classic films, action flicks, or something cigar themed?
Well, no, what we're doing is if you go to our Facebook site, you can recommend what movie you may want. And then we let the people out there vote.
As an example, this last time we put out the poll, we had, we had 4 movies listed: Mars Attacks, Spaceballs, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and The Princess Bride. Those were the 4 choices. So what happens is once we get the poll done and everybody picks the movie that they want, that's the one that we go with. And we're not going to do classics or action flicks or anything like that. Those require attention. We're looking for the lighter, fun movies that we can interact with each other at the same time.
So do you bring your own cigars, or do you have special recommendations for the evening?
No, everybody kind of brought their own stuff or purchased what they needed in the house. We didn't pair it up with a cigar yet, but I'm going to write that down. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's a real good idea.
So, Cigar Clark, when is the next movie night, and how can people find out what's playing?
Well, we don't have it cast in stone yet. I think what we're doing is shooting for the first Saturday of the month. So that's kind of just like a ballpark. Of course, that's subject to change. But if you're interested, the best place to go is to Facebook, and we always list the upcoming events on our Facebook page, Millcreek Cigar Lounge. It's really difficult to find. And that's where you'll find out what the movie is, what night it's going to be, and what time to come.
You're listening to the Saturday Smoke Break with Cigar Dan and Cigar Clark, co-owners of the Millcreek Cigar Lounge located at 3723 West 12th Street right here in Erie. Cigar Dan, now I've heard about you getting involved in some local sponsorships. Can you talk a little bit more about the golf tournaments you're supporting?
Sure. So we partnered with the lacrosse boys team and did a sponsorship for that group. The gentleman that actually helped build the place, I should say he came in and did all the construction on it. He asked if we'd sponsor those guys and help the community out. We did. It was an event geared towards a high school lacrosse team, so obviously we didn't go out there and set up a tent. We felt that would be not for the right group. But we did sponsor them, had to sign up, got our name out there a little bit. We really like doing that kind of stuff. And then the thing we have coming up right now, next weekend, is the Erie Police Department. You know, we're really big on supporting law enforcement. Clark and I both have a background in law enforcement. We think that's important. And for those that are in law enforcement, I'll just throw that out there. Come in, tell us, in law enforcement, emergency services, veterans, active military, you're not paying full price in the store. You're going to get a 10% discount. We just think that's the right thing to do for those men and women out there doing what they're doing every day. So we can sit here and have this conversation in relative peace and harmony.
Now, Cigar Clark, I've got a very important question for you. This weekend, there's going to be a lot of people playing 18 holes. Do you have any recommendations for cigars that go extremely well with a round of golf?
Well, that's a very important question. And my answer to that is I think you should come into the Millcreek Cigar Lounge and buy a cigar for every hole. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It just depends on the taste of the gentleman with the golf club. For instance, we have a list of cigars that we usually take to the golf tournaments and such. And we've got a couple flavored cigars, a sweet cigar. We've got everything from a mild to a medium to a relatively heavy. We've got a couple that will knock your socks off and a couple that are real light. Just so there's no recommendation. There's no one size fits all. Come on in, or if you happen to be at the tournament that we're at, we'll have the selection lined up for you, and you can come and choose from there. It just depends on what your palate is. If you smoke a lot, you might know cigars. You might know what you're looking for. If you don't smoke very often, maybe just on the golf course, we can point you toward a lighter cigar that you're probably going to enjoy while you're golfing.
Cigar Dan, now here's something that caught my attention. You mentioned earlier the winery is open. Can you tell our listeners about the connection between the winery and Millcreek Cigar Lounge?
Yeah, I sure will. I'm really glad you asked that question. We're really excited that another business is open inside the units. It's Driftwood Winery. They are originally out of Northeast Pennsylvania. They've come in, set up a winery literally across the hall. You open our door, take 2 steps, and you're in the winery. The folks there are really great partners, really great folks to work with. And the owner of that is also someone that enjoys a nice cigar. And the beautiful part about that is when we start trying to pair wines and pair cigars, he's our go-to guy. They're always running specials, always doing things to get people into their area to learn about the world of wines. So we're really happy to have those guys next door. Like I said, great group of guys, great group of people. The men and women that work over there are just fantastic. And so far, it's been a really good partnership, and we look forward to many years with them.
So, Cigar Dan, can people enjoy both the cigar lounge and the winery in the same visit?
You can. There's actually a couple ways to do it. So, we're also partnered with the Black Monk Brewery that's behind us, and they have a very large beer garden. So people are able to come in, grab a couple of cigars, grab a glass of wine or a bottle of wine. They could bring that into our lounge, sit down. It's a little bit cooler in here, enjoy a cigar and their favorite wine at the same visit. Or they're able to go out to the beer garden and back, sit down. Last week we had a really nice band going on. A lot of folks are out there. So anywhere you go inside the building, you're pretty much able to enjoy the two. You got to smoke in here, but you can go outside if you want. Bring in your favorite beer, your favorite wine, and sit down and enjoy it.
So, Cigar Clark and Cigar Dan, it is time for our lightning round. What is the best beginner cigar you've recommended this month?
For me, I think it's the McAuliffe Blue. It's a good smoke with great flavor. So I think that's one. If you're going to try a new cigar and you want the cigar experience, the cigar flavor, that's the way to go. It's not going to rock your world, and you're going to have a very good time with it.
So yeah, and for me, it was having the new cigars that we have in. We had a gentleman come in with his partner, and she had never smoked cigars before, and we had just got the flavored cigars in. He was an avid smoker. She had never smoked, and after we talked about them and talked about the construction of the cigars and let her get the aroma of the cigar, she went with the vanilla cigar, and she really enjoyed it. So that kind of made our day that, hey, we're bringing somebody new into the lounge and they're seeing that cigars are for everybody, even if you never smoked before. So really excited that the new flavor ones that we have came in and they're picking up steam.
Now, for someone that is going to stop in to the Millcreek Cigar Lounge this weekend, pick up a cigar, go home, watch a movie, what do you recommend for the perfect movie night, combining a great movie and a great cigar?
Oh boy,
that's a good one. So again, it's kind of what movie is it? It's very important. If I'm going to be watching a Goodfellas, I'm not going to want to sit there and have a small cigar, a light cigar. I'm going to have a pretty hard cigar so I can enjoy the whole movie and not have to stop and take a break. And again, it's what's in your taste. I don't drink all the time, but when I drink, I don't drink the same thing. And it's the same thing with cigar smoking. And it's kind of like Clark was talking about earlier. When you go golfing, I have to carry more cigars when I golf because I'm not what you call a great golfer, and I may be on the golf course a bit longer than most. So I may want to carry one or two, and I may get mad enough to lose one or two. So it kind of depends on what's going on. It's kind of really hard to recommend just one blanket cigar, and we kind of talked about that before. Everyone tastes different. Everyone has a different build. There are cigars in here that aren't really in my wheelhouse, and Clark loves them, and vice versa. So making a combo kind of up is really the night that you're going to go in. What are you in the mood for? What do you want to do? How long's your day been? How nice you've been outside? It may have been a relaxing day. You don't need a real heavy cigar. So that's kind of a catch-22 question because it always changes.
I think my response to that is going to be the best combo for a movie and cigar. It would be the movie that you want to watch with the cigar that you want to smoke.
There we go. That works. And Dan, you mentioned one of my favorite movies in Goodfellas. Now all I need is that perfect cigar at the Millcreek Cigar Lounge.
We can fit you up.
All right, gentlemen, another great show. That's a wrap on episode 2 of Saturday Smoke Break. Thanks to Cigar Dan and Cigar Clark for updating us on all the exciting developments in Millcreek Cigar Lounge. Remember, this weekend, you can visit them at 3723 West 12th Street in Erie. No membership is ever required, and mention this podcast for 5% off your purchase. Check out their monthly movie nights, and maybe we'll see you at the Erie Police Golf Tournament. Until next time, I'm Joe Martin, reminding you that life's too short for bad cigars. Stay smoky, friends.
Surgeon General warning: cigar smoking can cause lung cancer and heart disease.